Hey, and welcome to the Meditations and Musings podcast. I'm Elena Lipson. I'm a mama, I'm a wife, and I'm the founder of the Divine Selfcare Circle membership and the Virtual Retreat Academy. I don't believe that you have to sacrifice your body, your health, or your family in order to create true abundance and prosperity. I believe in living based on the divine feminine metrics of success, and these include pleasure, play, ease, grace, and a slower pace. Each week, I'll bring you 1 to 2 new episodes. One of these will be a guided meditation that you don't have to do on the meditation pillow, and the other will be a conversation to help you access your inner wisdom, to ignite abundance, and inspire others to do the same. I invite you to join me on this journey back to the magic of a divinely aligned and well cared for you. And now, join me for today's episode.
Hello and welcome to today's episodes of the Meditations and Musings podcast. I'm so excited to have you here today. It is midsummer here in the Pacific Northwest, and it is just about the time of year where my mind starts going to the fall. My mind starts planning my travel days that I have already planned out. My mind starts missing summer. So I'm doing everything I can to get really present, to enjoy the pockets of work that I have scheduled throughout the week, but also to remember to play. So before we get started in today's discussion, can big success make you sick? Can success make you sick? So I hope you've thought about this before. I know I have. I know the women that I spend my time with and speak with definitely have this conversation in their heart and in their mind. But before we move into that, I wanted to remind you that the 66 Sacred Rituals Activate Daily Magic Journey is available for you. And I just love hearing the amazing feedback. And I really want to invite you to transform your life with the power of sacred ritual. True and deep transformation takes time, and it can happen quickly when you're creating from a place of deep intention. You already know that your thoughts lead to actions. Your actions become habits. Your habits form your character, and your character determines your destiny. Creating daily ritual is the act of taking positive thoughts and anchoring them with daily habits that lead to inspired action. Personally, daily rituals have changed my life, and now I'm inviting you to experience this massive change along with me. So let's activate daily magic and abundance, and I'll be with you every step of the way. So what happens during the 66 days of self-care and self-love and sacred ritual? First, I'll send you an audio each morning with a simple sacred ritual so you can listen from anywhere. You'll be part of a secret Facebook group where you can find the accountability that you're looking for. You'll be able to enjoy journal prompts to process and ignite the magic. And you can access a community of like-minded women to support you, witness you, and to help you ignite your true path of abundance. And because you are a listener of this podcast, I want to gift you with a coupon code that you can use anytime. All you need to do is go to elenalipson.com/gift. And there is several different ways you can click on it there. You can actually experience one of the free chakra shower guided meditations. And you can receive $10 off of the 66 Sacred Rituals journey just by using the coupon code podcast. And it's on the page in case you forget. So again, the link is elenalipson.com/gift. So if you haven't done it yet, I invite you to do it because today is the perfect time to start. So today I want to share with you the what, the why, and the how of a big success making you sick. So recently, actually, I posted a sort of a commentary on the Facebook page that I run and also on my Instagram story. And this comment really resonated with a lot of people, and I got some great comments and great feedback. And what I said was, maybe the reason you don't believe that you can have it all is because you haven't yet seen it modeled in a way that resonates with the peace your soul craves. So this is all based in an old belief system that maybe you've seen before, maybe you believe, maybe you've been taught. So I want you to really feel into where your beliefs about success come from. So here are 5 old beliefs that I want to explore with you. And you can see if any of these resonate with you. And there might not even be beliefs that you hold for yourself, beliefs that maybe have been given to you, things you've heard said, maybe things you witnessed in your own family, maybe things you've seen in society around you. So here's the 5 old beliefs that might resonate with you, that might be leading you to the misguided notion. I say misguided because all notions are just stories, interpretations, and perspectives, right? So sometimes they can be right on if they resonate with you, and sometimes they're misguided. So unless you see something with your own eyes and experience it, and maybe it happens that you have experienced feeling ill or feeling run down or overwhelmed or burned out from pursuing success in a way that did not resonate with your body, your mind, and your soul. So the first old belief is, can we really have it all? And there's a sort of guilt factor, right? So even the idea of wanting to have it all makes a lot of you feel, could be you, could be somebody else, feel that you are being greedy, that you are being overzealous, that you don't really deserve to have it all, and that it's not really even possible to have it all. So what I always say is, well, let's break it down. What does having it all even mean? So many people have these thoughts running through their mind, and you might be one of those that is telling you what you can and can't do, what's possible and not possible. But the truth is, have you even taken time to define what having it all means for you? Because my dreams are not the same as your dreams. Maybe we have some things in common. Maybe we both want to have a beautiful, bright, modern home on a lake somewhere where we can entertain friends and family. Maybe you want to have a boat. I don't want to have a boat. I'm all good with a kayak and a paddleboard. Maybe you want a big yacht. I don't know. Maybe you want to live around the world. Maybe you want to have an apartment in Paris. Maybe, right? So what does it having it all even mean to you? Does it mean having kids? Does it mean having a certain amount of money? Does it mean writing a book? Does it mean, building a retreat center? Does it mean climbing the corporate ladder? Like, there are so many ways to succeed in this world. And as long as we're caged in by one definition of having it all, then we are actually leaning that ladder of climbing up against the wrong wall. And who wants a ladder anyway? I could care less about climbing the ladder, right? I want to live in a way that makes my body, mind, and soul feel aligned with what I believe is most important for me. So for me, having it all could be a joyful, integrated relationship with my family and friends where we spend a lot of time together, traveling, sitting around a table, eating good food. It means that I'm doing work that makes me feel like I'm in service, where I can pay my bills with ease and grace, where I could be generous with the world, my family and friends, where I can write in a way that I feel like I'm enjoying writing. And then if it resonates with other people, even better. I want to dance a lot, right? So and again, this all changes, right? Like when I was in my 20s, my vision of life looked one way and now it looks a different way. Maybe some things I decided that weren't so important to me anymore, and some things are even more important than ever. So having it all is this old belief that we should want to have it all without even really understanding what that means, because you might surprise yourself. It might be more simple and graceful than ever, right? All right, so that's one belief I want you to really think into. And does it resonate with your body? Do I have an idea that I want to have it all, but don't think I can have it all? But have I really even explored what having it all means? And if you haven't, I would say grab a pen and paper, like really write that question down. What does having it all mean to me? All right, another old belief, number 2, is something's got to give. Something's got to give. I've heard that saying so often. Something's got to give. And I've probably even said it myself. Like when you're going full force at work, at home, at the gym, like something's got to give. Something's going to be sacrificed, right? That's this old fear, lack mentality. Like if I succeed at work, it means I haven't spent enough time with the kids. And if I spend too much time playing with my son, then I'm not going to be able to have a best-selling book. Like there's this lack mentality. It's this really old idea that we are not capable of having it all. And if we try to have it all, if we try to succeed in every area, then something's got to give. Well, there's an antidote for that. It's called prioritizing. Because people work from, again, this old idea of doing everything all at once. And if you do that and you're constantly wishing you were somewhere else, that's when things start to give. Meaning, if you're with your kids but thinking about work, and if you're at work thinking about your kids, then you're not fully present for either one. So that's when things feel like they got to give, but they don't really got to give. Because when you get spiritual and when you get prioritized and you understand that you, as a way of being, you're not going to sacrifice, you're not going to make a mistake, because you are being conscious and awake with the choices that you're making. And so, and we're going to cover, the how of it. We're going to cover a little bit more of the why, to where you're going to really get some good ideas of how you can go about moving forward with having it all in your way, defined by you, without the fear that the other shoe is going to fall. That's another version of something's got to give. Why does it have to fall? Who cares? Who said that? That is simply not true. Yes, life changes. Yes, things happen. Yes, tragedies befall our families, and wonderful things happen too. Why aren't we sitting in expectation of the wonderful things versus the other shoe falling or something's got to give, right? So again, these are old belief systems that we need to make sure we're not wearing like a heavy jacket, like a straight jacket, that is keeping us from pursuing our curiosities and our joys and questioning the old ways of doing things. Number 3 of the old beliefs is that your family will suffer if you go for success. Well, let me tell you, that belief will keep you from doing things faster than anything else. It will also be the most perfect excuse ever. If you believe your family will suffer from your ambition, then of course, why would you ever pursue it? But I'm going to give you some hows of having it all your way that will challenge this belief. That if done right, if done your way, from your soul, in an aligned way, your family will absolutely opposite of suffer when you follow your ambition. In fact, your family will be inspired. Your family will adore seeing you rise and shine. Your family will be inspired to do things for themselves. I've seen it in my family. I've seen it in the families of the women that I work with, my clients. It just is completely opposite. When done in a thoughtful way, in a way that you communicate your desires to your family and share with them what's important to you and rally their support, they will grow and rise and shine right along with you. So your family will suffer is an old model, an old way of seeing the world, where women had to decide between ambition and family life. And I say that is old thinking. So let's start to really unravel some of these knots that might be keeping you from trying to create a life that feels like you really have it all your way on your terms. All right, number 4 of the 5 old beliefs is that you'll miss out on the most important moments of your life. You'll miss out on the most important moments in your kids' lives. And to be honest, of course, if you're not with your children, you're going to miss definitely a lot of moments. Will you miss the most important ones? I don't know. I don't think so. And again, back to prioritizing, when I had a son who was really little, there were definitely things that I chose not to do because I prioritized being with him. And the other things that I didn't want to do, I would delegate. And looking back, I could have been a lot better and more organized in ways, that I could have been with him more and getting more stuff done. But I sort of knew, I had this timeline in my mind that my main priority when my son was little was spending time with him, but also I did make time to write. I did make time to even, write a book. I made time to exercise. I made time to be with my friends, because that for me was full wheel living of a woman's life. And I simply did not want to sacrifice myself in order to not miss out on important moments, because when you're sacrificing yourself in that way and not doing the things that you really want to do, even when you are with your children, with your child or whatever that is, you're going to feel a sense of wishing you were somewhere else. So there's a real mindset shift that goes with it, where maybe you decide that you're going to hire someone to clean your house so you can be with your kids more, right? Because being with your kids and being frustrated and spending your time cleaning might not be the way you want to do it. Maybe you want to just be in the park and playing. And so you hire someone to clean your bathrooms, which is what I finally did. So I think that old idea, feeling like you're going to miss out, is simply an old idea. I know so many women who actually include their kids in their work, who are doing yoga with their kids, running all around them and doing it with them, who are taking their kids out to the park and spending some time writing and then having playtime with the kids, who are asking their, parents or dear friends or partners to spend time with their kids and trust that that relationship is just as important, and prioritizing travel to where the family can come with you, or maybe, just trusting that them without you is just fine and you don't have to be the one that's there all the time, right? So there's many, many, many ways this can look. Now, if it's a full priority for you, like I know several women who write books, in the few hours they have before their kids even wake up. And that's just a choice. If you're saying you don't have time to do what you want to do, but you're not willing to wake up an hour or two early to write or to create, then I would say maybe it's time to explore how committed you are to your success, how committed you are to the things you want to create. And it's okay if you're not fully committed, but I would say there is a way. There is always a way. And anytime you hit a resistance path and you hit one of those old beliefs, just pause and reflect on it, because I'm just exploring 5. There are so many other limited beliefs, right? Now, the 5th one is that you have to choose. This is a very frustrating one because I don't think you have to choose between success, your way, and family life, your way, and motherhood, your way. I don't believe you have to choose. I'm going to show you why and how you can actually have it all in your way, defined by you, and that you simply do not have to choose. And that's an old way of thinking. Perhaps it's going to look maybe different from the way somebody else's look. Maybe it means hiring more help at home. Maybe it means hiring more help at work. Maybe it means asking for help in areas that you feel like you have to do it all yourself. It could be as simple as asking someone to help you with laundry or dishes or driving the kids somewhere, or, on and on and on. We can brainstorm all day long. But if you're a mom with ambition and you want to succeed, not only is it completely imperative that you define it your way, but to release yourself from the old belief that you have to choose. It's just about finding the way that works for you. So why? Why do we believe that big success makes you sick? I believe it goes back to that quote that I used right at the beginning. We haven't seen it modeled in a way that feels peaceful to your soul and your body, right? So I have a few questions that I'd love for you to explore. And one is, who benefits when you play small? Truly, who benefits, right? Who is benefiting from you not doing your work? Nobody. And there is this definite idea that the less women, mothers out there are doing the work that they're doing in the world, that the old pervasive beliefs have a chance to thrive. But when you start to define success on your own terms and create from a place of joy and possibility and curiosity, you're actually taking back your power. And powerful women are scary to some people, right? So if you don't believe you're a powerful woman, then you're allowing old beliefs to run your life. And there is no time to waste, ladies. It is time for women to take their power back in government and corporations, in family life, in consumer life. We need to be out there making our voice heard in whatever way speaks to you. It could be in veganism. It could be in ethical, clothing making. It could be in writing things that inspire you and then inspire other people. It could be in the way children are educated. It could be in a myriad of ways. What's important to you? And who benefits when you play small and don't share your voice? Yeah, nobody. And some people keep benefiting when women keep their voices small. So it's time to raise your voice. Number 2, why we haven't seen it modeled. And a question that, again, this goes back to what I was talking about in the old beliefs. Have you defined having it all for yourself? If you haven't, this is a great opportunity to pause and say, what does it mean to me to have it all at this stage in my life? And really allow yourself to think through it and feel into it. Don't just go through it quickly. What I would say is one thing that I tell my clients, and I've done myself for years, is go somewhere in nature with a pen and a paper no phone, no computer, and just sit. Allow yourself to be healed and inspired by the water, by the trees, by the fields, by the sky, whatever it is. And just give yourself a good chunk of time, at least an hour, to just sit there and just wonder, what does it mean for you to have it all on your terms, in your way? All right. A third question to explore is, are you still pleasing others? Are you still pleasing others? This is probably one of the most pervasive points of view or perspectives that I see women allowing to keep them small. Feeling like you're going to either disappoint someone or that you're going to challenge someone's idea of you, that you are doing things in your life to appease or please others. And ladies, it is time to take off that cloak of pleasing others in the guise of being a good girl and to move into the power stance of the adult, powerful woman that you are. We are not here to please others. We are not here, listen, we're not here to offend others either, but we're definitely not here to live our life based on checking off someone else's ideals or ideas of us. So even if someone's long gone out of your life, they might still be controlling you. Like there might be someone in your life who means a lot to you and whose opinion you respect or maybe don't respect, but still they have power over you. And you are allowing them to, even just in your mind, to keep you stuck in doing or not doing something because you're scared of how they're going to react, or you're constantly having a conversation with them in your mind. Or it could be more overt, more direct. It could be actually someone in your life who is telling you you shouldn't, can't, or won't, and why you shouldn't, can't, or won't. And I say, great, that's their opinion. It's time for you to stand up and to own your own path. Okay? Now, another question I want you to explore is, it may not look the way you think it looks. Success may not look the way you think it looks. So I want you to really unplug yourself from what society tells you success is, whether it's a shiny new car or the big home or this certain number of, dollars you need to have in your bank account or the size of your body, whatever that is. It's time to redefine it for yourself. Because once you redefine it for yourself, then you're more aligned with it, you're more drawn to it, and all the fears and insecurities that are going to go with you anyway are going to be quieter because you are doing it now on your own terms. And if you need to get support with that to find clarity and hire a good coach or someone to mentor you, I think that's a wonderful idea because I know for me, when my clients hire me with my intuitive abilities and what I can see in them, I'm able to cut through so much and help them to really see themselves in a powerful and empowered way. So if you need a mentor or a coach to help you redefine it for yourself and ask you really good questions, you can totally do that. But you can also coach yourself. There's a lot of wonderful books out there as well that can help you to really get clear, find your purpose, and find your voice. And the fifth thing is, self-care is your secret sauce. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about that. But self-care is your secret sauce to redefining what it means to have success and to have it all, to have it your way, and to really understand that big success definitely can make you sick. I've seen it. I've seen women with adrenal fatigue. I've seen women with thyroid issues. I see so many women in my circle with autoimmune issues because they've tried to do it all. They tried to have it all. They've believed that something's got to give. They'll believe that their health will suffer. And they felt like they had to choose. And all of these old beliefs created illness in their body because of the way they were living, because of the way they weren't taking breaks, hydrating, eating well, resting well, choosing to get a massage, celebrating themselves. All the things that I teach in my self-care circle were the things that they were not doing, which is, of course, why they were drawn to my Divine Self-Care Circle, so that they can redefine what it means to have success, what it means to really understand that your body is the vehicle to your success. And if you can't take care of it along the way, you're going to, feel the effects of that. So self-care is the secret sauce to big success. It is the secret sauce to asking for support, to knowing you don't have to do it alone, to outsourcing, to delegating, all the things that I teach. So self-care is the complete solution to big success not making you sick. So let's get into the how of having it all through the self-care lens, because that is what I'm talking about today. Number one, give yourself permission to get help, whether it's hiring someone to care for your kids or play with your kids a few days a week, whether it's hiring someone to clean your bathrooms, whether it's hiring someone to write your copy for you. So getting help at work, getting help at home, and getting help physically. So if you need to get massages, if there's appointments for your taking care of your body that you haven't made, those are the things you can explore. If you haven't, gotten your hair done in a while, those things matter. They matter because you're taking care of your body, you're taking care of yourself, you're living in integrity in a way that feels good to you. So get help. Number two, put you on the agenda first as a daily practice. Before you roll out of bed and pick up your phone and start checking your emails, what I teach is that magic morning practice, right? You can get that on my website as well. Just head on over to elenalipson.com. It's a free video where you can brainstorm and really figure out how you want to create your own magic morning practice. But this is something that I teach all my clients, all the women in my circle, is to start your day with you on the agenda first. Movement, meditation, reflection, and intention setting. These are the things that you're hearing over and over again from many different people because they work, right? So put you on the agenda first. Number three, release the traditional timeline of success and trust your timing. If you have a belief system about what's possible at a certain age or think you're too old for something, that's just a belief. It's just an old story. It's just your interpretation of the truth, which is not true, because you can find so many examples, and I've talked about this before, especially on the Screw the Anti-Aging Industry podcast, which was a couple of weeks ago. I think it was episode 59, where you just challenge those beliefs. You can go online right now and find a dozen examples of women who are doing things regardless of their age, teaching yoga at 92, starting ballroom dancing at 85, starting to be a weightlifter at 60 or 70. Louise Hay didn't even start Hay House Publishing until she was way into her 60s. There's a dozens and dozens and dozens of examples, probably hundreds, of men and women who started things later in life or at any time in life, even if you're in your 20s or 30s and you think you're not old enough or not experienced enough to do something. I say, screw that. I have always been the youngest person in the room, especially when I was in corporate life, not anymore, but in corporate life. I became a manager of a beauty salon. I was a manager of training way before I had the experience to do it, but I had the enthusiasm and the ambition, and I just showed up and thought I could do it, and they hired me. So I've just never been scared of not having experience for something because I'm just going to try it, and I have a figure it out mentality. So let's just drop that and also understand that something isn't happening fast enough so you give up on it is just ridiculous, because if you look at your mastery, your craft as something that happens over time, like look at yourself as an apprentice of your own work. Look at yourself as a craft artisan of your work, whether it's marketing or copywriting or photography or yoga or whatever it is. Imagine yourself 3 years from now, 5 years from now. I'm just so frustrated when I see women who are like, I tried this for 2 months or one time and nobody came, so I'm not going to do it. I'm not good at this. I'm like, seriously, would you say that to your kids? If your kid was trying something for the first time and they're like, I'm just terrible at this, I'm never going to try it again. You would know exactly what to say to your child, right? Because you could see the fallacy of that thinking. So give yourself that same grace. Number 4 is get spiritual, baby. Get spiritual. Success and wealth and earthly goods are amazing and wonderful, but they can feel a little empty if they're not threaded through or rooted in a spirituality, which means that you've given them the proper place in your life. It doesn't define you. It's a wonderful cherry on top of the cake of living, right? Like you're alive, you have a body, you have thoughts, you have intellect, and wealth too. Awesome, right? So it's about perspective. What's most important to you in your life? You are a spiritual body having a human experience, right? I think that's the terminology, if that resonates with you. But you are so much more than the earthly goods that you gather. You are energy, you are life force, you are important to people in your life. And the wealth and the stuff and the material goods, those are amazing. But unless success is rooted in some way for you to be conscious with it, for you to be spiritually guided. And again, I'm not telling you how to be spiritual. I'm just saying, have a consciousness around it, but also don't get so attached to it that it defines you, right? If you know that your source of joy and happiness and health and wealth and wellness comes from your inner world, then nothing that happens in your outer world is going to shake you, because money comes and goes. It's a flow. It's an energy. Are you allowing it in? If you are, awesome, but it does not define you. All right. Number 5, trust your intuition. Trust your intuition. You can read hundreds of books on how to do this and how to do that. You can get instruction and guidance from all these people, but when it comes to finally making a decision, when it comes to choosing big success on your own terms and defining what having it all means for you, there's nothing better to have as a guide, an inner GPS and a guidance system is your intuition. If you spend time in silence, in stillness, in nature, you're going to hear that inner voice. And that inner voice has a direct line to divine, has a direct line to spirit. And it's guiding you always in the highest interest of your highest good. It's not anything negative. It's not fear-based. If you're hearing that, that's the negative. That's the gremlins. Those are the fear and the doubt speaking. That's not your intuition. Your intuition is neutral. It's not going to tell you to do something bad to yourself or anyone else. It's not going to guide you to, do anything that is out of your highest good. It's always going to tell you to take care of yourself, to even slow down, or moments where you need to speed up and take action. It's going to guide you in a way that is always for your highest good, but you need to trust it, right? And intuition will come and go. And if you don't take action on those things, that's fine. The opportunity will pass and another door will open. But I want you to get used to trusting your intuition in the smallest ways so that you can start to define for yourself what really having it all means, coming from a very intuitive place inside your body. All right, so we explored, can big success make you sick? And what are some old beliefs? And why we haven't seen it modeled in a way that feels peaceful to your body and soul. And then we talked about the 5 hows of having it all. Getting help at work and at home, putting you on the agenda first, releasing traditional timelines and trusting your own timing, getting spiritual, baby. And number 5, trusting your intuition. So yes, big success can definitely make you sick if you are operating under the old school belief that something's got to give and your family will suffer and you're going to miss out and you have to choose. But I say those are old belief structures. It's time to tear those down. It's time to rewrite success on your terms so that you can be healthy, wealthy, and happy your way. So I would say the best thing to do right now, if you haven't already, is to grab a journal and just reflect on what resonated for you, what sticks out for you. I asked you some great journal prompts, journal questions. Take some time. Don't just keep going through life with this old idea of not being able to have it all. And who cares if having it all is not defined by you? And the cool thing is, you might already have it all right now, this very moment. You might already have everything that you need and want, but you're just not recognizing it. And when you recognize it and you start to vibrate from a place of energetic gratitude, that is when new doors open, helpful people roll in, synchronicities start to happen, and magic is all around you. Take a deep breath. That's a lot. We just went through a lot. So take a nice deep breath. Just allow all that to go into your consciousness. Take some time to reflect. And I hope that you heard something today that really shifted. So if you're listening and that's true, go ahead and grab a snapshot of this podcast screen and let me know on Instagram. Tag me. Let me know what resonated for you. Or you can write a review. But I love to be on Instagram having conversations with you. You can find me on Instagram if we're not already friends there at Elena_Lipson. And I'll see you there. Hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. I send you so much love and I trust you. I believe in you because I know you got this. I will see you on the next episode of the Divine Self-Care Meditations and Musings. This is Elena Lipson, your Divine Self-Care Mentor, and I send you lots and lots of gratitude and love. Take care.
Thank you so much for listening and learning about the new Divine Self-Care way of being in your life, business, and the bedroom based on the divine feminine metrics of success: pleasure, play, ease, grace, and a slower pace. If you're ready to bust the myth of overwhelm and tap into an inspired start to each day, I've put together a free video series for you to help you start each day with energy, inspiration, and ignite that inner pilot light which attracts joy, magic, and synchronicity. You can access my 3-step magic morning practice to help you ignite your inner light and attract the abundance that you're craving. Head on over to elenalipson.com/gift. And if you enjoyed this episode, I would so love if you share it with a friend, a sister, a mother, a daughter, and please leave a review. That is how the magic starts to ripple out. Here's wishing you a day full of beauty, magic, and divine self-care. I'll see you next time at the Meditations and Musings podcast.